We are live. Well, I hope we're live. I need to just check the settings. Audio. No, we're going to go to this here. And, okay, we're on. Hello, everybody. And I'm just honored to have my friend Stan Slaughter on tonight. I'm starting this by myself, and I'm about to play a video, and I'll be here watching it with you. We're starting a fundraiser that will build our infrastructure and also make a recording of my new project, the Year to Save the Earth concert and the Year to Save the Earth campaign that we're working on. So I'm just going to switch this to this right now, and I'll be watching it with you. So rather than GoFundMe or something like that, we're just saying the donations that come to these concerts. If you're on my email list, you'll get a list of all the different things that we're giving as premiums, and you might like to do that. So if you make a donation, you can say, well, I'd like such and such a premium too. So more about how all that will work, but here's a little music. We are recording. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to introduce my friend Stan Slaughter soon. I thought I'll just play a song first. Gather the spirit, harvest the power, our separate fires will kindle one flame. Witness the mystery of this hour, our trials in this light appear all the same. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then. Gather in hope, compassion and strength. Gather to celebrate once again. Gather the spirit of heart and mind. Seeds for the sowing are laid in store, nurtured in love and conscience refined, with body and spirit united once more. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then. Gather in hope, compassion and strength. Gather to celebrate once again. Gather the spirit, growing in all, drawn by the moon and fed by the sun. Winter to spring and summer to fall, the chorus of life resounding as one. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then. Gather in hope, compassion and strength. Gather to celebrate welcome everybody, and I want to introduce my great friend. I'd say old friend. We're not that old. Longtime friend. This is scientist, engineer, turned musician, turned educator, turned everything. Hi, Stan.
Hi, Jim.
Stan Slaughter. Did I say it? Stan Slaughter?
I actually,
Well,
go ahead.
I wonder if you want to just sing something first, and then we'll talk, or
Sure, absolutely.
yeah.
Quick, tiny bit of backstory. Missouri banned the yard waste from landfill in 1992, and we got funded to take off and start educating all over the city for programs about composting. And the theme song was called "The Composters." There's no dead leaves in your neighborhood. They're blowing around like you knew they would. There's people all over town, but you need some help breaking this stuff down. Talking about a hard-working bunch. They take old leaves and turn them into lunch. They give you grass and turn it chocolate brown. You'd be amazed how they won't fit down. The composter got you in. Composter just moving. I ain't gonna tell you just what you should do, but I'd call the composters if I were you. They like it hot, they need a place to work. Just feed them leaves and grass and dirt. Just mix them up with their favorite food. Fill them a pile so they can grow. Composting, just chewing. Composting, just rubbing. They get no thanks for all their work, it's true, but when you need them, no one else will do. Composting, just chewing. Composting, just rubbing. I ain't gonna tell you just what you should do, but I'd call the composters if I were you. Yeah.
Stan's, I've never seen you at work at a school, but you've told me some of the things sometimes, and I remember just on my jaw dropping, you'd say, and then I tell them this, and I lay this on them, and I do this thing. You've got all these materials and everything. Maybe start somewhere. Tell us about what this is.
I was hired to do solid waste reduction education. In other words, recycling and composting.
And this is the state pays you.
State of Kansas grants and contracts from solid waste agencies and cities and counties, all over 27 states. And I got,
whoa, yeah, I know Missouri too, 27 states.
yeah, and
Holy shit.
so back in the cassette days, my cassettes were included as a part of the program, so kids listened to these things all over the your country, and it was a lot of fun because they're rock and roll songs. They're fun to dance to, and they're educational at the same time. So we wrote curriculum around that. We created posters around that. We developed a card game called Compost Gin. It's a kind of an Art Deco.
Good double entendre gin. It's gonna
It's
brew.
like rummy. You get the right browns and greens, and you lay down your hand and you say compost instead of gin, and just a lot of good humor and fun stuff to do. Working with worms, vermicomposting, teaching master gardeners and other educators about how to incorporate these lessons. And then last year, at the start of the pandemic, 20, we took composting lessons and included the state science standards so that teachers could teach this unit and know that their kids were getting something that contributed to the test. And that kind of accountability is very important for them. So
yeah, what are our results? We got to have
absolutely got to pass the test, and to some loss and degradation of freedom of education and things like that. But that unit was funded by the state of Kansas for 2 consecutive years, and So we've seen 10,000 kids with that curriculum in Kansas, and
10,000 kids.
that multiplies pretty fast. 100 schools and 100 kids.
Yeah.
But that's been great. We have the album called Rotten and Roll. That's been my bestseller, and
Yes.
I've probably got about 10,000 albums out there, copies of all my.
Wow, that's great.
I worked landed a really good job about 6 years ago at a compost company called Missouri Organic Recycling, and my boss is a good community-minded employer and wants education in the schools, and I'm the director of education and outreach, so I'm go out and help nonprofits get some compost or mulch to build their gardens. And went to one today that's just amazing on the poor side of town. 5 vacant lots that they're turning into a food garden, and they give away their food.
Wow.
And
That's amazing.
it's,
So that's grown-ups we're talking about.
yeah,
not kids.
absolutely. And Kansas City's very lucky. I was involved early on in the mid '80s. The Green Party decided we needed a regional food system, and we've been working on it ever since. And we have 54 farmers markets in a town of 2 million people, metro of 2 million people. So
Amazing.
that's a lot.
Well, so you live in the Kansas City area. So that Kansas City being in Missouri, you go Missouri direction, you go Kansas direction.
Exactly.
Both, and
The border raiding is a long tradition here.
maybe I'll answer with a song here. And you actually inspired this song, or bioregional Congress or something, but you got to put more into this bank than you expect to get out. I could take you off the screen so you wouldn't have to pretend that you're having a good time, or you want to stay there and listen?
I'm going to hear this.
Plant more than you harvest, sun and water, earth and seeds. Plant more than you harvest, give the earth all. Plant more than you harvest, give the earth all that it needs. The earth all that it needs. Clear the meadows and the highways, plant out trees between. Let the forests hold the hillsides, cover the earth with green. Let the forests hold the hillsides, cover the earth with green. Cover the earth with green. Plant the grains to feed every woman, man, and child. Some for all the beasts and birds, and some to just grow wild. Some for all the beasts and birds, and some to just grow wild. Some to just grow wild. Plant more than you harvest, sun and water, earth and seeds. Plant more than you harvest, give the earth all that it needs. Plant more than you harvest, give the earth all that it needs. The earth all that it needs. Tall cedar and the spreading oak, cool all that dwell below. And the fallen trunk helps seeds reveal the secrets that they know. And the fallen trunk helps seeds reveal the secrets that they know. The secrets that they know. Some seeds fall by the wayside, but some will make it through. On the water or wind or a loving hand, the cycle starts anew. water or wind or a loving hand, the cycle starts anew. The cycle starts anew. Plant more than you harvest. Plant more than you harvest. Sun and water, earth and seeds. Plant more than you harvest. Give the earth all that it needs. Plant more than you harvest. Give the earth all that it needs. The earth all that it needs. I just realized you had more inspiration in that song than I remember talking to you about. It says the fallen trunk helps seeds reveal the secret that trees need to grow old, die, fall down, rot away in the forest to make that keep that cycle going. And
They say the living part of a tree's life is about half. Decay and feeding
half.
is another, if it took 200 years to grow, it'd be 200 years in decomposing completely down. And
well, maybe that 1,500-year-old tree,
No.
I don't know if it'd be half, but
Right.
but yeah,
it's a long time.
wow, that's amazing. Yeah,
Now the,
half of a typical tree of
Fungus is what we're working on now a lot in this whole field is how can we restore the balance of fungi, because the native prairies had a lot of fungal connections between the native plants, but when we plowed it up and continue to plow it and then spray pesticides and herbicides, we kill the fungus content to where there's hundreds of bacteria for every one fungal, and that's what we don't want. The native forest, big forest, had 10,000 fungi to every one bacteria. So we want our cropland to be about 1-to-1, and that means a lot more fungus has to be sprayed or inoculated into the soil.
Yeah, well, a thing that Stan and I go back to the maybe you invited me in the first place to the Bioregional Congress.
86,
maybe.
the one in Michigan.
And now I'm not sure if something of the same name still goes on, but the idea is it's not states and political boundaries and everything like that. It's we are desert, we are prairie, we are mountain, we are watershed, we are whatever, and we ought to be thinking that way. That really changed my perspective. You know, I was already thinking I was a songwriter of earth songs, going to that, and our friend David Hankey, of course. Hi, David. I bet you're out there somewhere. Really was a great influence. So thanks for all that. Hey, well, anything you want to say, or you want to sing another song?
I've got one ready.
Okay. I almost just reached up here to put on the comments, but we have to admit to anybody, we are recording this ahead of time. So I'll be there live when we play this on Wednesday, but we're actually recording it a couple of days earlier. Okay. Yeah. Anything you want to do?
Well, we went to those gatherings, and we usually introduce ourselves by what watershed we're in.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to thinking about where we're from, and I'm from the earth. I'm from the earth, every muscle, hair, and bone. I can feel her there, talking to me through my toes. She's the very substance, gives us all this glow. I'm from the earth, I'm for the earth. It's her rules we must follow. The goals we're seeking now really does sound mighty hollow. Stand up for her now. tomorrows. I'm for the earth. You know, we are earth people, day and night. Got to harmonize with her, but my spirits won't fly. Touch fulfillment will find us all when we just answer the call. I love the earth, she's the best in the word, mother. When I close my eyes, will we become one another? In my heart of hearts, there can be no other. I love the earth. Don't you love the earth? You gotta love the earth.
Yeah. Well, what do kids? How do kids respond? Like, no, I'm from my father and mother.
Right, right. Well, I actually don't sing this one so much as I do talk about how we are made from soil, and that's you are what you eat. Some of you are giant walking ho-hos and Twinkies. Because and I take it from that aspect a little more colloquial, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's important that they know this because they think food comes from the store.
Oh, let me say, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen here. I have to get a commercial in. Thank you very much, everybody, for donations that keep us going, big or small. The donations help a lot, and there it is, PayPal.me and all that. These organizations, the composters. Okay, he's got visual stimuli there. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, my Supreme went to sleep.
Show us that.
Curriculum was one of my most recent new things. This one is the climate-friendly yard makeover down here. What we did was we chose 2 winners to receive the makeover, and we basically just put it, added compost to their gardens and sprayed compost on their lawns to make their grass perform better, hold more water, cut out the invasive species from their backyards and whatever. We have invasive honeysuckle and other things that most of us have around the country, and added mulch rings, increased the size of the mulch rings around the trees, planted native plants all over. So we obviously working with the homeowner for the kind of thing they wanted, but made those available to them, and have spent a year on 3 different properties fixing them up, and that's a big deal. And we generated about 60 short 1-minute videos describing this. I got people coming up to me now saying, "Are you Stan? Are you the one that does this YouTube and Instagram stories?" And so it's we know that it's having an effect, and most of the time they end up buying some compost or some mulch, and
yay,
good for business and good for public relations.
So, well, I thought maybe I'd sing this. This is Stan's song. He's going to let me sing it. I'm just a little old tree leaf, but my problems ain't getting no relief. I just want to be a tree leaf, free leaf, and get a second chance. I help make my tree strong, but now it's time to move on. I'll be back in the green before long, doing the compost dance. Why don't you put me in the compost pile? Put me in the compost pile. Help me go from all used up to new. Put me in the compost pile. Put me in the compost nature use her composting crew. I'm just a little grass blade, but I'm not getting a fair trade. I want to put this lawn in the cool shade with the summer coming on. Please don't bag me in the landfill. I want to help this lawn, and I will. Leave me where I fall still, and those words were so small I couldn't get them in a time. He's reading the music. And I'll grass cycle on. Why don't you put me in the compost pile? Put me in the compost pile. Help me go from all used up to new. Put me in the compost pile. Put me in the compost pile. Let nature get her composting crew. Well, I'm just a little brown apple core, but I'm not just saying that for sure. Don't throw me in the drain down. Drain, is it called? Don't throw me in the drain, don't even bag me in the old landfill. I like living in like the next guy, but I'm not sitting here to cry. Ain't it amazing how time flies when you're doing the compost dance? Why don't you put me in the compost pile? Put me in the compost pile. Help me go from all used up to new. Put me in the compost pile. Put me in the compost pile. Let nature use her composting crew. Let nature use her composting crew. Let nature use her composting crew.
It's never been played so well, Jim. Thank you.
I almost want to say, can we do take two? I could get those words right.
There's lots of words in there.
I thought about printing out those words real big so I could see it. I put my CVS glasses on here, but well, thanks. It's a great song. You survive with grants and things for doing all this stuff, and I got to just tell you, I've actually, honestly, I've told Stan already, but I've dreamed up this program, and I got a grant to do this program I'm calling The Year to Save the Earth, and it's going to be my campaign for the next fiscal year. I think probably 23 through spring of 24, or even maybe we'll just change the date. There'll be another year to save the Earth if we get any more. But some of my strongest ecological songs with illustrated by a big PowerPoint projected images of the songs. So when we're singing about a nuclear plant, we got a picture of a nuclear plant, and we're singing like that. I shouldn't diminish it. I'm having a great time. Bruce Kahn, who just helped us set up the sound here, is a sound engineer, but he's a great photographer, and some of his pictures, but we've just found all the pictures, public domain pictures we can use, and been putting together this thing. It's been amazing, great fun. And I'm just not able to do what I would like to do without just a bigger operation going on. And so we're going to do a fundraiser soon. I'm pre-announcing. We're going to do this fundraiser to try to just get the wherewithal to book a national tour, and I also want to make an album of the songs. Some of them were on previous albums, Plant More Than You Harvest, that I just played, but I want to redo them. And then I've thought, my crazy idea is to make a soundtrack, bass and drums or something. Or if I make the album, then I can take myself off and go around playing live to my own accompaniment or something. Then we could time the pictures and even put other, more elaborate stuff than following a script and somebody pushing the buttons. So I am cranking up after 3 years of COVID, trying to get back on the road, and I'm excited to do this tour, and I hope we'll bring it somewhere near you. I'm sure we will at some point.
Right.
So
So I'm supporting it, folks, and I'd like you guys
wow.
to support it too, because
I
I
appreciate
know from touring and writing grants that you've got too many balls in the air, and it's very difficult to put a big show together and travel it. So get Jim the help he needs, and sign up with Venmo or PayPal below, and
yeah, well, thanks
you'll
for that.
make sure that this happens. Yeah, I'd like to talk about how important this sphere of life we have is. If you think about it, most of the life in the world is from 8 inches below the surface of the soil to about 100 feet in the air. We'll catch it all. But the Earth is 8,000 feet across. Life has been called the scum on the rocks. It's kind of doesn't sound good, but the point is, it's a thin layer that we share.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be too conceited or too self-absorbed when you realize, I'm just trading atoms in this thin layer of what I'm calling cosmic stew. We're all just part of this cosmic stew. What once was part of me could now be part of you. The parts I use, it's just a plan that's new. Aren't you glad you're part of this cosmic stew? Cosmic stew, you could just sing it. Ooh, cosmic stew. Lots of people shouting, hey, we're number one. Got the same old atoms as distant suns. They'd be a little humble, they just knew they're all just part of this cosmic stew. Cosmic stew. Oh, cosmic stew. Cosmic stew has got cosmic rules. They enforce themselves on all us fools. When we change the face of life, we leave a scar. When we break the rule, don't go far. Cosmic stew. Cosmic stew. You know what? We're just like children on this little blue ball. We think that we're the heart of it all. Long before us, long after we're gone, it keeps on rolling along. It keeps on rolling along. Ooh, cosmic stew. Cosmic stew. I like my cosmic stew pure and straight. Don't want pollution or no chemical taste. Keep that GMO food away from here. Keep it free from poison and free from fear. Cosmic stew. Cosmic stew. You know what? When I die, I don't want no vault. Put my atoms to a screeching halt. Want to be part of something live and new. Want to be buried 2 feet down in the cardboard box and keep on cooking in the cosmic stew. Cosmic stew. Cosmic stew. You know what? It is us, you are they, we are them. It's just this juice that we're swimming in. Cosmic stew. Cosmic stew.
Ooh. We are them. Well, they were them, they are us.
It is us, you are they, we are them.
I think I told you long ago that that's another song along with "Put Me in the Compost Pile" that I am honored to have stand songs in my. I almost said "Year to the Earth," a year to save the Earth and Spirit Songbook.
It's time to celebrate the mystery, and man, do we not know what's going on here, as far as all the interactions and how this transformation works, how fertility works, how seeds germinate. It's just, we're doing more all the time with the microscopic X-ray videos, unbelievable stuff they're doing, but we still don't know.
Well, I was gonna do another song, but now I'm thinking I gotta sing this because I stole your for this. Oh, we're all made of rain that fell from the sky. We're each a piece of earth, you and I. We're thankful for this web of life on this little blue-green ball. We're thankful for earth, sky, and sea, and mending this web is up to you and me. This part. Oh, what was once you is now a part of me, and it turns out we're related to broccoli. We're thankful for this web of life on this little blue-green ball. We're thankful for earth, sky, and sea, and mending this web is up to you and me. This earth is one big living thing, and all life has one song to sing. The music Mother Nature gives, the harmony of all that lives. Think about your life, think about this day. We can't let life on earth just go away. We're thankful for this web of life on this little blue-green ball. We're thankful for earth, sky, and sea, and mending this web is up to you and me.
I'd never heard that one, Jim. That's fantastic.
So, thank you anybody for donations that are scrolling across the bottom of the screen. There it goes, paypal.me coming across. There it comes, like 42nd Street, and there it goes, and Venmo. So thanks for donations that keep us going. Well, what do you want to tell us? I said before, maybe as it's easily to get discouraged these days. There are places on the earth that are uninhabitable now. There's things that don't exist now that already we're seeing that sixth great extinction go down. So yeah, we could get depressed, we could get discouraged, but tell us, oh sage, what keeps you going? How do you?
Well, regenerative agriculture is coming on now in a way that's replacing conventional agriculture, which is permanent crops, trees, nuts, berries, and animals that move across the land like the buffalo used to. It's an ecologically sound agriculture that cuts inputs enormously and diversifies the outputs. And I'm involved in a company that's starting to do this at a large scale, and I'm very much excited about it. Also, farmers who are row croppers and main conventional agriculture people are learning more about the biology, and they're able to supply biology supplements to their plants that do as well and cut the costs and let them produce a healthier, more nutrient density. That's a big word now. Nutrient density. If we have the same kind of rich food we had 100 years ago, we'd be healthier people. And so there's so many great things happening from many different angles and aspects of this field. And I get the opportunity to we're speaking to the International Association of Master Gardeners in about a month, and just spread that word. It's exciting and thrilling to me. And like they say, if you love what you do, you never really have any work. And I haven't worked at all.
Yeah. I sit and think about it for hours and hours, how the stuff that goes down the toilet feeds the trees and the flowers. It goes into the septic tank and goes into the ground. And then in the springtime, new life comes around. It does. New life comes around. It's science. Here's the chorus. Eliminate, eliminate. The way life works is mysterious. Eliminate, eliminate. We'd use another word, but Jim won't let us. No, he won't. And speaking of lettuce, the vegetables and fruits reach to the sky while they hang on with their roots. And when the flowers need to eat, I hope they get enough of the water that goes through us and all the other stuff. I hope they do. Well, the ground drinks the water and the plants eat the dirt and the corn makes food. The trees make the apples and the apples make the juice, and the juice goes right through us and the earth puts it to use. It does. Earth puts it to use. Everybody, eliminate, eliminate. The way life works is mysterious. Eliminate, eliminate. We'd use another word, but Jim won't let us. No, he won't. And the water cycles more than rivers and wells. Some of it's toxic and some of it smells. It goes into the earth and it comes out clean. All the flowers love the earth's big toilet machine. They do. They love it. From the tiny bugs and microbes to the sponges and the reeds, with what they get from us, they seem to know just what we need. The sun turns it to vapor clouds, and the cold makes snow and ice. And after some time in nature, water comes back clean and nice. It does. Comes back clean and nice. Everybody, eliminate. Let it go. Eliminate. The way life works is mysterious. Eliminate. We eliminate. We'd use another word, but Jim won't let us. No, not here. Oh. There's another verse, but that was enough. It occurs to me, I think that might have been another thing that you said to me about the sponges and the reeds and the things that process water, like all of the water going through all the living things that make dirty water come back clean water. And of course, we're challenging that system a whole lot. We're putting more in there than Mother Earth can deal with. Well, I wonder, what would you like to do? Any thoughts?
Well, there are going to be serious losses.
Huh?
There have been, and they're going to continue to be, and it really won't happen that people make changes until this affects them personally. I mean, I wish I could say that people will wake up and make changes in their life because it's important, because it's, the common sense thing to do, because it's scientifically accurate. That is not the way we work. We have to suffer. And I see that coming. I see it happening now. We're building in suffering for our children. I grieve about that. there's nothing I can do beyond all I can do. But, you know, it's just that much more of a motivation to continue to refine the message, to figure the right way to hit that point at the right time with the right person to make the change, and build, as you have, Jim, a terrific legacy of information and music. And you'll be famous after you're dead, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is I'll do a piece of this when it's too long to do in total, but
Okay, the Reader's Digest version.
yeah. Well, the name of the school curriculum is called Food Too Good to Waste. Yo, I got a story about a problem we are facing with creating and maintaining a big mess across the nation. The problem with the food, almost half is wasted, left till it's outdated, goodness never tasted it. Food too good to waste. Starts with preparation, peeling and the chopping, work that must be done. Not a lot of fun, but the battle to be won is to keep it out the dump. Too good to waste. Took a lot to grow it, water, fuel, and soil, but the farmer works in vain if we get no gain, cause it all went down the drain. Seems like such a shame. Some is left over. You cook too much, you didn't plan. Opened up the wrong darn can, then you got it too hot in the frying pan, and you put too much on your plate. It was more than you could eat. Now it all goes to waste. So do food better. Use it well and never let it spoil or rot. Compost your food waste or feed those scraps to worms. Do something useful. Make gardens fruitful. Do something beautiful.
Woo!
Yeah.
Stan, thanks so much for being here. And anything you'd like to say before I have this closing song I always do. I'll just do the chorus of "May Your Life Be as a Song." But
Right. Well, it's been a great pleasure to be on with you, Jim. You've inspired me in a lot of ways too, because it's just we would go around the country, and every 2 years there'd be these gatherings of bioregionalists, and there'd be Jim, and there'd be Stan, and we had fun times hanging out over the years, over the continents. He's given house concerts in 3 or 4 of my houses over the years, and
well, yeah, I remember that fondly too. Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun. So. I'm just glad to hear you're on the move and doing some good stuff. And let's everybody get back behind him and get him out there more broadly. That's the best answer we can do, really. We're the ones we've been waiting for, and we're good enough. We need to put that message out there.
Yeah, it doesn't take perfect harmony, just enough harmony to deal with the disharmony, and we'll get out there. Okay. Thank you so much. It's been an honor. It's a pleasure.
Right,
here's this little song. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night.
Wow.
Well,
Folks,
let's
Pete
make
Singer called Jim a musical magician, and he's totally that. And
thanks so
you need to
much.
be aware of what you're listening to. I've been listening to musicians for 50 years.
Uh-oh, something seems to have happened here. I'm not sure uh, what just went on. Well, um, it froze right at the end, but that's it. And thank you so much for your donations. Thanks for dropping by. Thank you, Stan. And be well, love each other, and we'll look to see you next week. Have Greg Tamblin, a really funny guy and a wonderful songwriter, joining me next week. So be well. Good night.